Assalamu alaikum all. How are you students? In first video I explained the properties of matter, that are elasticity, pressure and kinetic molecular theory, in which we learned that elasticity is applicable for solid material, and when force is applied on that material they change their form as per their elastic limit, and when the force remove they deform and come into their original shape, size or volume. Means we see that stress is directly proportional to strain. In stress we learned that it is an applied force, while strain is a change that is a result of force. Both are related with each other or depend upon each other. Means more stress, more strain, or less stress, less strain. The same was explained by Hooke's. So this phenomena was to be studied with the help of Hooke's law. In last video I explained about these all phenomena. Next, in the last video we discussed about the pressure, which is also a force applied per unit area. And third property, we see the motion in the molecules as per their state according to the kinetic molecular theory, that what kind of motion is seen in solid, liquid or the gas state. Now let's move towards today's explanation, in which we are going to discuss about more properties of matter. Students, today we'll learn fluidity of matter, that is the most important property of the liquid state of matter. And along with the fluidity property, we will also discuss the effects of fluidity on matter, especially on liquids or fluids. What is fluidity? First of all, we must know about that कि fluidity होती क्या है. हमें सबसे पहले fluidity का phenomena को discuss करना है कि everything that can flow easily, okay, that can flow easily in any of the direction because of having the much more intermolecular spaces. Like it can be seen only in the liquid as well as in the gases. So we will see the effect of the pressure on the liquid and on the gases. What we see then on the gases, we see the phenomena that gases are the compressible. So pressure affects on the compressible matter, but on incompressible material can pressure affect, or if it is affected, then what would be seen? Okay, so water और any fluid is actually the incompressible. उसको हम compress नहीं कर सकते, compressible नहीं होते, तो उसके ऊपर प्रेशर का क्या इफ़ेक्ट होगा, और उस इफ़ेक्ट की वजह से हम कुछ सिस्टम्स को स्टडी करेंगे. These systems are called as the hydraulic systems. Okay, so hydraulic systems like hydraulic lift हो गया, jack हो गया, like different trucks वगैरह हैं. So they are work on the principle of this phenomena. This is called as the hydraulic system, which was introduced by the scientist Pascal. So actually we are going to study in this video about the Pascal's law. Right. So normally students, I am repeating my sentence, that it is seen in the molecules of liquid and gas because the arrangement of molecules with the distance. So these can easily be moved, and their movement used to change the position of other subjects. Like by applying pressure on incompressible liquid which cannot be compressed, we can lift up the objects easily. So in this regard, we have Pascal's law that explains the hydraulic system. He states that if pressure is exerted on liquid, the liquid distributes it equally in all directions because liquid cannot compress like gases. So this principle can be applied on hydraulic lift, which use on fluid power to do simple work. Here we have a simple hydraulic that was the principle that uses the principle. It is a U-shaped tube which has two arms, and they are enclosed by two leak-proof pistons. Now here the two arms have different cross sections. One has the much larger cross section than the other. So here we say A2 is greater than A1. A2 or A1 are the area or the cross section. So we see that the two in the U shape. I will show you the figure and then I will explain once again. First you must concentrate that what I am saying to you. Okay, so here we will use in the hydraulic lift that is composed of the U-shaped system. Okay, with the two different cross sections, like one is called as A, that's a smaller one, and other will be the larger or the greater one cross section, that will be called as the A2, and the first smaller one is called as the A1. Right, so I am going to explain this one, where A2 and A1 are the cross sections of the two arms of the U-shaped tube. Now when we apply force which is equal to F1 to left piston, then it will create pressure which is equal to F1 upon A1, as we know that P is equal to F upon A. Okay, like in the last video I told you that what is the pressure? Pressure is actually the force upon area. So in this way, when we apply the force over the first piston, then it will create the distance, right? Okay, so it will shift towards another side. Okay, and now the cross section of A1 is small, so we can generate greater amount of pressure easily by applying the force. Now this pressure will transmit equally throughout the liquid, or we can say the fluid, and reach the larger tube. Here in the larger piston, the pressure would be F1 upon A1. So the total force working on the larger piston, that would be equal to F2, and force, as we know, as pressure is multiplied by area. So here the F2 would be equal to F1 upon A1, that is multiplied by A2. So as I told you that here P is equal to F1 upon A1 because of the applying pressure on the first arm. Then we will apply the pressure on the second arm, so that will be converted into F2 upon A2. And area, that would be definitely A2. Now in case of it, notice the upward force is applied on second piston is A2 times the force we applied on the smaller tube on the piston. So we see force gets multiplied many times. Thus we can generate enough push to lift the heavy car by applying a much smaller downward push in the smaller piston, that is in the left arm. Thus hydraulic is used to generate huge force by applying much smaller force in many heavy vehicles like bulldozers, trucks, or the hydraulic lifts. Okay, so I am going to explain about the hydraulic lift once, then I will show the picture. So here you can see, students, another property of the matter, that is the fluidity. Okay, then a liquid can flow easily from one to other place, or you can say that in all the directions they can flow. So Pascal explained this phenomena as if pressure is exerted on a liquid, the liquid distributes it equally in all directions. Okay, means it will not change, it will just help in lifting up the objects because it is distributing in all the directions actually. So here P, as I told you that before कि what is P, pressure का effect, pressure को define कैसे किया जाता है, pressure is equal to force by area. So if we applying the pressure on the first arm, then it will be termed as the P1. So definitely the force by area will be termed as the F1 and A1, or if in case of P2, that is the pressure applying on the other piston, so that will be equal to F2 upon A2. Okay, so by using this formula of pressure, we can drive the formula that is related to the Pascal statement. Okay, what he said that P is equal to F1 upon A1, so that is equal to F2 upon A2. क्योंकि यहाँ पर जो प्रेशर अप्लाई हो रहा है तो उससे फर्स्ट फोर्स अप्लाई हो रही है और एरिया वहाँ पर चेंज हो रहा है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो रहा है इक्वली. देन ऑन द अदर साइड P2 that is equal to F2 upon A2, दोनों एक दूसरे पर डिपेंड कर रहे हैं. सो F1 upon A1 is equal to F2 upon A2. So by cross multiplication we can place the forces at a side and area on other side. So the formula can be written as F2 upon F1, that is equal to A2 upon A1. Okay, so by this cross multiplication we can also find it out that there's a pressure is equal to F2. Pressure will be the F2 or applying on the another piston. So F2 will become, by the cross multiplication of the other formula, that F2 is equal to A2 upon A1 and so multiplied by F1. Right. So since we can say that F2 is greater than F1 and similarly A2 will be greater than A1. Here you can see the system of hydraulic, how water act upon the objects and it will displace from its position. So you can see that the system of the hydraulic, and there is a hydraulic lift. So easily you can see that the phenomena, how the car is lifting by applying the upward force. Here you are watching that the U-shaped tube is using here, and they are enclosed by two different cross sections. Piston over here, one is a small piston, another is a large piston. So A1 is smaller than A2, or A2 is greater than A1. Okay, so F1 is applying over the first piston, you can see that, and the force is transmitting or distributing in all the directions. So F1 will be divided by A1. You can see the phenomena. Just watch it now. I have explained each and everything, and just watch the phenomena. When applying pressure over the first piston, then you can see that by transmitting the force over the other piston, the car is moving or changing its position. You can see that larger piston जहाँ पर F2 force apply हो रही है, so F2 is equal to F1 divided by A1 and that will be multiplied by A2. You can see easily that. So you can see the arrow that is showing that the transmitting of the force throughout the liquid, or you can say that the fluid. Okay, so that area is called as a A2, the second cross section, which is the larger than the first one. Right, so you can see the phenomena how the car is lifting by the hydraulic system. So this is called the hydraulic lift. So you can see the same phenomena in the bulldozer like. Okay. Students, in regarding for the study of matter, we have another principle that explains the fluidity of matter, or we can say that the upward force applied on the object because of the fluid or the water. As we have discussed previously in the Pascal law के upward force या upward force से bodies को या objects को lift up किया जा सकता है, बिल्कुल ऐसे ही आर्शिमीदेस ने भी इस चीज़ को एक्सप्लेन किया कि जब वाटर की वजह से जो अपवर्ड फोर्स ऑब्जेक्ट्स के ऊपर अप्लाई होती है उससे बॉडी सिंक डाउन नहीं हो पाती बल्कि वो फ्लोट करती रहती है। तो फ्लोटिंग बॉडीज़ के लिए ये प्रिंसिपल इन्होंने इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया। ओके, सो आर्शिमीदेस प्रिंसिपल को स्टार्ट करने से पहले अगर हम कुछ बात करें ऑब्जेक्ट्स की जिनका मास लाइटर होता है, तो हम एक चीज़ ऑब्जर्व करते हैं कि लाइटर मास होने की वजह से वो कुछ बॉडीज़ ऐसी होती हैं जो कि वाटर के ऊपर वाटर में अगर हम डालें और उससे हम कोशिश करें कि वो सिंक डाउन हो जाए, लेकिन वो सिंक नहीं होती बल्कि फ्लोट करती रहती हैं। तो यहाँ पर ये एक पॉइंट आता है जहन में कि ये बॉडीज़ जो है ये फ्लोट क्यों कर रही हैं, ये सिंक डाउन क्यों नहीं हो रही हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जैसे अगर मैं एक कॉइन लेती हूँ और कॉइन को अगर मैं वाटर में डालती हूँ तो कॉइन क्विकली सिंक डाउन हो जाएगा, जबकि जब हम देखते हैं कि बहुत बड़े बड़े ह्यूज शिप्स को हम देखते हैं कि वो ईजिली वाटर की सरफेस के ऊपर फ्लोट करते हैं, वो सिंक नहीं होते। सो यहाँ पर एक क्वेश्चन जहन में आता है कि वाई इट इज़ हैपेंड सो।
ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है कि एक छोटा सा कॉइन तो वाटर के अंदर सिंक हो गया है, लेकिन एक बहुत बड़ा जहाज़ पानी के ऊपर तैर रहा है? ऐसा क्या है, ऐसी क्या वजह है? तो यहाँ से हमारे पास आर्चिमिडीज प्रिंसिपल आता है, जिन्होंने ये एक्सप्लेन किया कि व्हेन एन ऑब्जेक्ट इज इमर्स्ड इन अ लिक्विड, द लिक्विड पुशेस अप दैट ऑब्जेक्ट विद द फोर्स दैट इज इक्वल इन मैग्नीट्यूड टू द वेट ऑफ द डिस्प्लेस्ड लिक्विड। ओके, तो यहाँ पर साइंटिस्ट हमें क्या चीज़ एक्सप्लेन की कि एक्चुअली जो अपवर्ड फोर्स अप्लाई होती है, यानी जब हम किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट को वाटर में इमर्स करते हैं इनसाइड, तो क्या होता है कि वहाँ से उस पर एक अपवर्ड फोर्स जो कि वाटर की फोर्स होती है वो उन ऑब्जेक्ट्स के ऊपर एग्जिस्ट करने लगती है, जिसको हम अप थ्रस्ट फोर्स या बॉयंट फोर्स के नाम से हम स्टडी करते हैं। तो ये फोर्स जितनी ज़्यादा अप्लाई होती है उसके अकॉर्डिंगली बॉडी या कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट वो सिंक होता है, या मतलब मैक्सिमम अगर अप्लाई होगी बॉडी वेट के इक्वल होगी तो बॉडी फ्लोट करेगी, और अगर हाफ होगी मैक्सिमम से हाफ होगी तो बॉडी भी हाफ फ्लोट करेगी। और अगर ये मैक्सिमम अगर एग्जिस्टिंग पॉइंट फोर्स जो है वो ग्रेटर देन द वेट होगी तो फिर ऑब्जेक्ट पर क्या इफेक्ट पड़ेगा। तो इस तरह से हमारे पास डिफरेंट कंडीशंस है जो कि हम डिस्कस करेंगे इस लॉ के अकॉर्डिंगली।
As I told you that what is buoyancy? Buoyancy is the property of a liquid or any fluid by virtue of which it exerts an upward force, which is called the upthrust force. I told you then on a body which is wholly or partially, means या तो completely immersed होगी या फिर partially immersed in the liquid. This upward force is called buoyant force, as I told you. In fact, this buoyant force is equal to, this is actually equal to the weight of the liquid displaced by the body, right? So totally the buoyant force is dependent upon the weight of the body. After that we can say that the body can be sink down or can be float. So actually this principle is about explaining the floating bodies, how the bodies float on the surface of water. So when an object is lowered in a liquid, it starts sinking down, right, displacing more and more liquid. As a result, the buoyant force also begins to increase till it attains maximum value when the object is completely immersed into the liquid. When an object is immersed partially or completely in a liquid, it is acted upon by two forces. What are these forces? Number one, the weight of the object, and number two, the buoyant force. Buoyant force is the upthrust force, as I told you, acting vertically upward. The weight of the object is fixed, but buoyant force is not fixed. The maximum value of the buoyant force occurs then when the object is completely immersed. Its values depends on the volume or mass, और अभी हमने डिस्कस किया कि totally depends upon the weight of the liquid displaced. That is, in every case its value is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced, and it is further equal to the weight of the objects. So we have different conditions for sinking down the objects. Like if I told you that if I am saying that it is depending upon the weight, how or when the body is sinking down or when the body is floating over the surface. So I show you some experiment.
Okay students, here you can see a glass of water. The glass is completely filled with water. Okay, so here I am showing you a ball which is a plastic ball, and you can see that its volume is very large and it is very hollow from inside. अंदर से खोखली है जिसकी वजह से इसका weight lighter है. On the other side, when I show you a small stone, okay, so this stone you can see that is very solid, okay, instead of ball, so it's very solid. It is not hollow from inside, right, and its volume is very low than the ball. So when I drop this stone into the water, so it will sink down. Okay, so no buoyant force will act upon it. Okay, इस पर किसी किस्म की buoyant force ने एक्ट नहीं किया क्योंकि इसका वॉल्यूम ज़्यादा होने की वजह से ये फॉरन वाटर के अंदर सिंक डाउन. बट ऑन द अदर हैंड, व्हेन आई टुक अ plastic ball and I tried to immerse it, so you will see that the water is flow down
and it displaces the ball is displaces its position, and now you can see that a force will be acted upon it, and it will not sink down, and it will float over the surface. Like you can see that when I leave this ball, so you can see that it will come on the surface and start floating. You can see that. Okay, so जब तक मैंने इस पर फोर्स अप्लाई की है और मैं इसको इमर्स कर रही हूँ, सो आई विल फील दैट कि द बॉडी इज लाइटर. ओके, हम खुद से फील करेंगे कि बॉडी का वेट जो है बहुत लाइटर होगी. मैं इस पर फोर्स अप्लाई कर रही हूँ, मैं इसको अंदर की तरफ पुश कर रही हूँ, लेकिन जैसे ही मैं इसको छोड़ूंगी फौरन वाटर इस पर एक अपवर्ड फोर्स अप्लाई करेगा, और उस अपवर्ड फोर्स के अप्लाई करने की वजह से क्या होगा कि ये बॉडी जो है ये क्विकली सरफेस के ऊपर आ जाएगी और ये फ्लॉट होना शुरू हो जाएगी. So students, you see that the phenomena easily can understand easily कि when we try to dip a plastic ball in water, then we feel an upward force acting upon it when we push it inside and then leave it, so it will be on the surface and starts floating. I told you, I'm repeating once, then it will not sink down because of such upward force. This force, as I told you, that this is called as the upward force, or this upthrust force is also called as the buoyant force. Or now the next one is how it is much more and how it can be measured. Then it is the next phenomena. सो स्टूडेंट्स, एक बात तो बहुत अच्छी तरीके से समझ में आ गई कि बुआइंट फोर्स जो है वो डिपेंड करती है वेट के ऊपर. तो इस तरह से 3 कंडीशंस हमारे पास हैं फ्लोटिंग बॉडीज़ के लिए. पहली कंडीशन आपको नज़र आ रही है कि जिसके अकॉर्डिंगली अगर एग्जिस्टिंग बुआइंट फोर्स एक्ट करती है ऑन इट्स 1/2 ऑफ द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू, यानी अगर उसकी मैक्सिमम वैल्यू से हाफ अगर बुआइंट फोर्स पर एक्ट करती है, तो हमारे पास जो कंडीशन होगी वो क्या होगी, एफ बॉय इज इक्वल टू एफ बॉय मैक्सिमम अपॉन 2 एंड एफ बॉय इज इक्वल टू मैक्सिमम एफ बॉय बाय 2 एंड दैट इज इक्वल टू द वेट. ओके, यानी अगर बुआइंट फोर्स हाफ होगी मैक्सिमम से, तो वेट से अगर हाफ होगी देन द बॉडी जो है वो कंप्लीटली सिंक नहीं करेगी, हाफ पार्शियली सिंक डाउन करेगी और फुली सिंक डाउन करेगी अगर एग्जिस्टिंग पॉइंट फोर्स ग्रेटर देन द वेट होगी. ओके, तो यहाँ पर बस 2 कंडीशंस आपके सामने मौजूद हैं, जिसके अकॉर्डिंगली हमने आपको एक्सप्लेन किया कि इफ़ द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू ऑफ द बुआइंट फोर्स इज मैक्सिमम इज इक्वल टू द वेट ऑफ द बॉडी, दैट इज एफ मैक्सिमम इज इक्वल टू डब्ल्यू, then the body will float in the liquid in such a way that upper surface of the object will coincide with the surface of the liquid. Okay, so the condition is that if the object is partially immersed, so that the existing buoyant force acting on it is 1/2 of its maximum value, that is Fy is equal to maximum Fy by 2 and that is equal to W, I told you. Okay, then the next condition would be if the existing buoyant force is small as compared to the maximum buoyant force, then the portion of the object in the liquid will also be small. If the existing buoyant force is greater than the weight of the object, that is F buoy is greater than the weight. Okay.
Now students, come towards assignment number 2. That is about the properties of matter. That is a continued assignment of the same chapter, so you may continue from the same page where you have dropped the question number 2. Okay, so you will start question number 3 from here. Then what is a Pascal law? The first of all you will have to state the Pascal's law, then describe the principle of hydraulic lift as I explained in the video. Okay, so you will have also you will have to draw the diagram also, so that is given in the assignment sheet, so you will take help from the assignment sheet. So first of all you may write down the statement as I explained, then you will write down the hydraulic lift, the principle of the hydraulic lift, and as well as the calculation, how we can calculate the force by applying the formula of the pressure. So you may copy down as it is. Then I told you, I explain each and everything, and here the diagram is also, the level diagram is also here, so you will have to draw the diagram from the given sheet. So now come towards the next question. That is question number 4 about the Archimedes principle, the question number 4. Okay, so first of all you will have to state the principle, and then you may write down the conditions, only the two conditions over here. So you may just write down the conditions. Okay students, so what are the two conditions? So the one condition over here, that is explaining about that the object sink down partially, and by the second condition you may learn that the objects are floating or fully, when we fully immerse it in the liquid or the fluid. Okay, so first of all write down the statement, then write down the conditions. Okay students, you have seen one more question that is repeating from the assignment number 1. So you may copy down this question again, because the explanation was done completely in the last video, but the question was to be repeated, so you will have to copy down once again. It is about the Hooke's law. Hooke's law I explained previously that what is it actually, and in starting in the introduction I'll also explain or repeated the statement ke what is the Hooke's law. It explains the stress, the relation between the stress and strain, कि अगर स्ट्रेस ज़्यादा होगा तो स्ट्रेन भी ज़्यादा होगा, स्ट्रेस कम होगा तो स्ट्रेन भी कम होगा। जब हम इस साइन ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी का से रिमूव करेंगे तो यहाँ पर एक कांस्टेंट आ जाएगा। ये कांस्टेंट हम कैसे फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं? बाय डिवाइडिंग स्ट्रेस बाय स्ट्रेन। तो ये आपको लास्ट वीडियो में बहुत अच्छी तरीके से समझाया गया है। आपने वीडियो देखकर इसको रिपीट करना है और अपनी कॉपीज़ के अंदर भी ये क्वेश्चन रीराइट करना है। देन एक चीज़ और मैंने रिपीट की है, वो भी आपको रीराइट करना है अपनी कॉपीज़ के अंदर, दैट इज़ अबाउट द डेफिनेशन ऑफ प्रेशर, एंड you will write down the definition along with the formula as well as with the unit. Okay, so pressure आप define करोगे पहले कि it is the force that acts normally on the unit area of the surface, and what's the formula कि P is the representation of pressure, F is the representation of force, and A is the representation of area. So P can be found as F dividing by A, and the unit of force is Newton, while area unit is meter square. So the whole unit of the pressure will become Newton per meter square. So you will copy down these all question answers neat and clean. I hope everything is clear to you, and you will copy down every question as I told you or explained here. So now take care. Allah Hafiz.